That wasn't fun, and I mixed myself a drink, which is fun, but I haven't actually drunken anything out of it.
Yeah.
And Chaz, we are alive now. We're 11
Oh!
seconds into this.
Oh! Oh! All I've said was oh so far.
It's fun. I think you said something else besides that, but I don't know. I'm just
Oh.
telling Chaz how upset I am that I tried to make myself a drink out of this one blender bottle that I came with this blender that I had, and apparently it's not secure. So when I was trying to shake my drink, shaken, not stirred, I spilled a little bit all over the place. Fortunately, nothing on my electronic components, but all the same, it still sucks.
That's important.
Hmm. I have to say, so I know a little bit about the origins to Mountain Dew, and I have to say
Yeah.
it's great cover for any strong alcohol drinks.
I have some Mountain Dew.
That said, it's also extremely sugary, so take that for what you will with the hangover that comes with it if you experience hangovers. I
Drink the
also
whole
have,
2-liter bottle.
well, I don't have 2 liters. You see, okay, first off, I have a gallon of water. This is going to help negate any hangover that I should have.
Okay.
It's also ice water, so, it's good, especially during the summertime. Secondly, um, God, I forgot my second point already. I was just so focused on trying to say that I had ice water. Oh, right. I don't have a 2 liter. I calculated and thought about it, and as wasteful as it might sound, I think cans will actually give me more bang for my buck, only because if I have a 2 liter, I'm more convinced to try to drink it all.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell
Because
you this. I think cans are slightly better for the environment. I don't know, because plastic. I don't know. I think the footmark for plastic is worse than using aluminum.
yeah, I mean, granted, I have a recycling bin, so I put all my cans into the
Yeah.
recycling, which I think helps. But where I'm going with this is, so one thing about a 2 liter is once you open it, the
It gets
carbonation,
flat.
well, it has a chance to go flat. Whereas cans, since they're all individually like contained, you open up the
Yeah.
can, you're gonna drink it. Two, it doesn't contaminate all the other cans in the sense that they start losing carbonation. So that, and also the fact that if I have a 2 liter, I tend to drink it. I tend to try to drink it ASAP in the sense that like I might not want some now. I'll save it for later, but not too much later. Whereas like with cans, it's like I'll get to it when I feel like it. So in a sense, like I'll buy like 2 cases a week, and I'll have like plenty for the next week over because I still have like six or 12 cans left from the previous week.
Right.
So if you equal it out, eventually I'll just be like, I don't need to buy soda because I have like so many cans from like over time that I've accumulated. So in a sense, I get more bang for my buck simply because I'll have I'll have a variety of soda at the end of the
Yeah.
week just because just keep getting 2 cases, so that's like 24 cans, and it's like I only use so much for a week. Granted, I probably shouldn't be drinking soda in the first place because it's all sugary, but I like it.
It's delicious. I don't
It
care.
is. So what if my teeth rot?
You
So
don't
what
need
if I
teeth.
get diabetes?
You don't only get diabetes if you go overboard.
I try not to go overboard.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I give myself 24 cans and I don't even get to all of it. At most, like, I'll drink half of that, so I'll have like 12 cans left over.
You drink 12 cans in one sitting?
No, in a week.
Okay. I was going to say 12 cans in one sitting. That's a
That's
lot
a
of.
lot.
That's a
Okay, I
lot of
admit.
soda.
Like, me going overboard is having 4 cans of soda, and that's like in the case of tonight where it's just like I had some pizza, I want some soda, and then I decided to talk to Chaz, make one of these podcasts, and so I was like, might as well just mix myself a drink.
I wish I had some coffee right now.
So that is me going overboard, just being like, give me 4 cans. Which still is a lot, I admit, but still beats a 2-liter.
I have a 2-liter right now. It was a buy one get one free, so I didn't care. That's why I got it.
That's a pretty good deal. Again, it goes back to the carbonation and how you want to do it, but I'm just saying,
I opened it today. It's gonna be done probably tomorrow or.
Okay, that's not too
today.
bad. See,
We'll
that's
see.
another thing. I always feel like you're obligated to just drink a 2-liter once you open it.
I'm also, sharing it with another person too. So
Yeah.
it's not just me drinking the whole 2-liter. Though I
See,
could.
that's the big difference. It would just be me if I got a 2-liter, because, as we all know, Gildum's single. Got into 3 relationships over the course of this year, but still, I don't know. As I said in the last podcast, because I recorded one with Spider Mikey, I'm pretty content being single. Yeah. No, it was good. It was good. I know we recorded one, but kind of lost the part.
Oh well.
But I'll make it up to you. I got this one. Also, you were there when I technically came back. Just unfortunately, my computer died afterwards. So
Yeah.
that was extremely unfortunate. But now everything's working. And so as long as nothing happens, as long as I don't like slam into this thing or I don't have any sort of malfunctions with the internal workings, which I'm pretty sure I'm okay. I'm okay in that department, just because when me and my friend were trying to get this thing up and running, we did quite a few number of resets. So I'm pretty sure it's built pretty good, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's part of the thing. You have to do like a number of resets to make sure that the memory is good. Because sometimes, I forget what he was telling me. Sometimes, like with RAM, like the memory, what will happen is if you reset it too many times, it'll have negative effects.
Yeah.
Because when it's built, I don't know, something about testing, like they test it and it works, and that's how they package it. But I guess like if it's reset, if it's not properly like has all the components or something, and it gets too many resets, like it'll do something weird to the memory. I don't remember. If I had my friend here, he could explain it a lot better. But all I know is that sometimes RAM, when it's packaged and it's all supposedly good, it doesn't go through enough tests to make sure that the consumer's getting the right product or the best product. Because, manufacturing, they just try to make sure that things are working and then they ship it off.
Right.
But sometimes that's just not enough. But they'd never know. Like, the consumer finds out the hard way. And that's unfortunate. That's what we call a faulty product.
Yes.
Drinking my drink and then drinking some water.
Drink your drink.
Well, I have, but I also want some more water just because water is good. Ice water, baby.
Ice water.
Little fun fact. You want to know how I do ice water?
How do you do ice water?
So I know a lot of people like to use cubes. Some people do the whole shaved ice or something, but me, what I do is, so for work, I actually bring in the gallon size water jugs.
Mm-hmm.
Because I go through a lot of water at work. It's a good situation, very hot where I work. And it helps to have water, but in the summertime it gets extremely hot, so it's the type of time where I like to have ice water. And what I do is, so if you freeze like a whole gallon of water, like since water expands when it's frozen, it'll actually burst open the gallon jug. Because mind you, we're talking like the plastic that they use for milk jugs. It's not exactly the most durable plastic. So what I'll do is I'll just fill it up like halfway, or I'll just put in the fridge, like the freezer, halfway full.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll let it freeze. I'll let it turn into ice, and then I'll pull it out and fill the rest with water.
Right.
And actually, it's pretty good.
Oh.
You're not likely to burst open the gallon when you do that. In fact, if
Yeah.
anything, it has room to expand. So it's pretty nice. And also, you get your source of water. See, the unfortunate thing about a full gallon, like a full frozen, is you gotta wait for some of that to thaw in order to get the ice water.
Yeah.
But if it's half full, you got like the bottom half that's all just ice, and it's like refrigerating the rest of it. And so then you got like half a gallon to just enjoy, and then the bottom half just slowly melts over time, and there you go. You got your supply of ice water all to yourself. It's quite nice.
Hmm.
It gets me out of a lot of hard situations at work. And I like work. Work is good.
I don't like work. Well,
Well,
one of them. One of them.
do you want to talk about that or another
No.
time? Okay.
I mean,
You don't
anything
have to
you've
talk
ever
about it.
heard about anything you've heard about retail work, I mean, that's what you got.
Well, there are a lot of stories about retail work on the
I mean,
internet.
if you can understand any of them, that's pretty much on the same level as what I've had to do.
That's rough, man.
Yeah, it's rough and it's unforgiving, and I guess I deserve it.
Nah, no one deserves that, but all the same. So I have to ask, is it management or the customers?
It's
Because I feel
both.
like it... Oh, okay. I was going to say, I feel like it would be the customers more than management, although
It used to be more customer management was fine for a while, but then they really got um crappy this year.
Oh, that sucks. I've had that happen at my own job,
I'd
personally.
explain it, but you probably wouldn't understand because you don't work here.
You're right, I don't, but I understand badge management. In fact, for a while, I was actually dealing with a manager I did not like.
Yes, I
Well, not a
remember that.
manager, a supervisor I didn't like, which is
Yes.
in management, but all the same, it's just a bit different. But that said, I didn't like this guy simply because he's extremely lazy, and, well, it kind of goes against my own work ethic, which is working hard.
Yeah.
Not to brag or anything, it's just I like to keep emotion. I like to do my job, and I feel like I do a pretty decent job on my own. Like, you don't really need to tell me what to do because I'll just simply go do it. That said, I've worked with several managers that like to micromanage, and that can get really annoying really quick, especially when they tell you to go do something when you're already about to go do it.
I guess that's kind of sums up my problem this year, but it goes way more in depth than you think. You'd think.
I understand. I mean, I don't, but I understand that it gets a lot more complex than on the outside surface. But regardless, management can be a pain. Right now,
Yeah.
I have pretty good supervisors in management. They all praise me like crazy. It's kind of weird, but I talked about that in the last part.
Yeah.
So, you know, I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you're curious about my job and all that, go check out the part that I did last time. I think it's episode 22 or something like that. Go check that out. I talk about more in depth there. I don't need to really focus on that in this part,
Yeah.
unless Chaz wants to talk about his work.
I wouldn't suggest what I do.
Okay.
I mean, I only do it because I have to. It's not because I want to.
Uh, Question: what do you
Uh-huh.
do?
My retail deli work.
Okay, deli worker.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
Just to
want to
give a
do
little
it, but
context.
yeah, I don't really want to do it, but how else am I
Money.
gonna pay the bills?
Well, there are a number of things to choose from, but I understand. They're not all spectacular.
The problem is, I can't get a job. No, I get interviews and stuff, but it never turns out in the end. This job, got it. Got the interview, got hired, and I was lucky they kept me on year round. Because it was originally just a summer thing.
Yeah, and it's summer again.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because I'm considered a year-round employee, so summer's nothing to me, just more busy time.
Gotcha. So, question:
Yes,
does it slow down any other time of the year, or is it just like year
considerably,
round?
considerably.
Okay.
End of September, October.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm gonna give you some stats. Yesterday when I worked, I probably helped, I don't know, 10 customers in an hour.
Oh wow.
In September, end of September, October, I'm lucky to see 2 customers a
That's a
day.
huge
A day,
significant
not an hour, a
difference.
day.
No, I gotcha. That is a huge difference. I don't know how you do it. I gotta be honest. See, one of the things.
I'm exhausted.
Oh, I can tell. I mean, you're doing pretty good despite all that. You're still like it's amazing that you're just like, sure, we can do a podcast, Gildem, but it's just like, man, I don't know how you do it because I'm not the social type. I'm not the type of person that will eagerly go out of my way to talk to strangers. In fact,
No.
I feel like I have to put on this facade just because, like, since I got promoted and I'm working in a different area, I have to be like, I gotta talk to people I don't even know now, and yet they're my coworkers.
Here's a question for you,
Hmm.
without revealing too much. Is
Oh,
your
go
new
for it.
job more or less physical than what you used to do? Or about the same?
Much less physical.
Cool.
Yeah. No, I did
Yeah,
mention this in the last part,
your
but
your
I don't
joints
mind
are
treading
going
over
to
it.
your joints are gonna like you for that.
Oh, believe me, they already feel significantly better. I mean, okay, so I do. There are a couple things I have to talk about. A little bit of an update. So the past 2 days before the weekend, so Thursday and Friday for me.
Yes.
Uh, there was a very interesting situation. See, a lot of so in my position, there's like two other people. There's 3 people per area that do this called pick off. They
Yeah.
pick off packages and throw them down chutes that go to trailers,
Right.
and those trailers load the packages. But that said, so 2 of them have vacation, or rather, one of them has vacation. The other one decided to take 2 days off, Thursday and Friday.
Hmm.
So it was me, a backup, and I think someone else who is technically a backup, but at the same time they work a different area in this. They work a different part of the area, and so uh, Thursday, especially Thursday, it happened a little bit on Friday, but Thursday especially, we were extremely short staffed. I think on normal we have about 9 or 10 people. I don't know exactly, just because again, new to this area, so I'm kind of unfamiliar what a normal lineup looks like.
Hmm.
But I know that on Thursday, I think we were down to like 6 people.
Mm.
In other words, three like that's half the people they're supposed to be um picking up packages, and the other 3 they're supposed to be doing other things. Unfortunately, it can't run like that. So what
Right.
ended up happening is they had to take one of the pickoffs and put them down to do either the trailers or the floor.
Mm-hmm.
which are two separate like things altogether. It helps make the whole area run. Don't worry about it. Point um, is basically me and another pickoff. Now, something I want to talk about with my position is they like me on high vol, so I get the packages first. See, there's this conveyor belt,
Yeah.
uh, and high vol sees like the first four trailers of the area. Like there's 10 trailers in an area, and the belt hits like the first four. So there's the first four. The second pickoff that's low down the line, he's low vol, which
Mm-hmm.
is the lower volume. That's the next 8 trailers, and then the belt goes all the way to the last two. No one picks off those two because basically all that's supposed to go to those 2 trailers. It's the same. It's going to the same area.
Yeah.
So basically, all those packages are supposed to just go to that one trailer.
Mm-hmm.
If you're wondering what happens if you get something that doesn't go to any of these trailers, there's a chute that you take all the bad packages and you just put those down that.
Bad packages.
Well, packages that are supposed to go to like other areas in the whole entire building.
Oh, okay.
Or like, you know what? Let's just leave it at that to make things less confusing. Anyways, so Highval is supposed to have 2 pickoffs, mainly because they're the guys that get firsthand at all the packages to see what's going where.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these are not stuff that goes to the area. Some of them are supposed to go to the end trailers. You try to move those to the other side of the belt so the low vol pickoff doesn't have to deal with them. And other times, like you're just trying to flip over a label so it helps the guy down the line.
Right.
Helps low vol. Where I'm going with this is basically it's a 2-man job just to help relieve a lot of stress and tension because my god, that belt will sometimes just get packages that are like all over the place. And mind you, the belt's pretty wide. Like you kind of have to reach for stuff if it's on the other side of the belt. Like it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter how tall you are, you're going to be reaching. And where I'm going with this is I was all by myself the whole entire night. It's a 2-man job, and it becomes a little more crazy once it's once it's you all by yourself. Like management doesn't like to do that. People don't like to do that. If it was anybody else, they would have complained. I did it. I did it all by myself though.
That's why you got the job.
I mean, it's so the thing about it is, it's really more of a retirement position for people that have been there a long time. When I say retirement, I really mean like people who have a large amount of seniority.
Right.
They've been there a long time, but it's also an easier job, which is why it's kind of a retirement position, or it's seen more as a retirement position because you're not working as hard. So it's a lot
Right.
easier for people who don't like to well, they don't like to work as hard just because it will hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But that said, I guess the area that I work at, like I don't know, they're lazy. That's the sense that I've been getting. Like the people there, they're kind of lazy. I have like I don't want to say I'm a hard worker, but people seem to think that.
I honestly think I would like working where you work.
You would probably like my position significantly. It would be a dream job if you were on the other side, weak siding me. That's what the other person gets simply because if the belt's not going crazy, they're not doing a whole lot.
I don't care if I'm doing a whole lot. I'd just rather do what you do instead of what I'm doing right.
Oh, I understand. Let me tell you, I'd be doing I'd be doing what I was doing if my shoulders weren't hurting like they are.
Yeah.
Or like they were. They're not hurting nearly as much, but man, oh man, I was feeling all sorts of. aches and pains for the past 2 days, just because it was a little crazy. It was a little insane. I mean, I had to sort of just like pick up speed at times, and then slow down other times. But I was like, oh man, this is insane. I'm glad I had ice water though. That helped significantly. But yeah,
That's
I
probably
don't
good.
think they were supposed to send that many people on vacation.
Oh, they messed
Friday
up.
Friday was better though. I will say that they had more people to help out. I was still by myself though.
I'm trying to get myself a new job to replace both jobs.
Mm-hmm. Like basically a one and done sort of deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I don't like my first job because I do. I do. It's just not going anywhere.
Right. And it's not like they're offering you a full-time position.
They, it's been said that they were, but they keep like taking it back. And they're like, oh, you know what? Maybe not. Maybe now, and maybe not.
I'm
So
gonna say this.
I'm tired
It's
of being on this yo-yo.
yeah. And I was gonna say it sounds like you're owed your due. Like you put in your time, you're owed something, and if they're not gonna do it, then well, it's like to hell with you.
I've been at this place for ooh, how many years? It's
A long time.
what year is it now? 2019.
Yeah.
I've been there since 2014.
So that's 5 years.
Yeah, I've been there a while,
Yeah. No,
and
you're owed something. I tell you what. In the words of Hank Hill, I tell you what. That job ain't right. Something
it's
ain't right with that job.
it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And my other job, it's a throwaway job, but a lot of people make it their career, which
Hmm.
I don't want to end up like them because I don't want to. I don't want to do this for the rest of my life.
No, I gotcha. That's actually how it was feeling like in my last position. As weird as that sounds, I mean, it's not the thing that I keep forgetting, and the thing that I gotta realize is where I work, like the job that I work at. There's a lot of room for moving up, and there's a lot of room to like go where you want to. The only thing is, no one's gonna openly hand it to you. You gotta
Right,
actually go apply for that.
right.
And some of them there's very little qualifications. You just gotta apply for it and have like high seniority.
Yeah.
That's what can get you like seniority, but it also depends who applies for it. So there's that too. Where I'm going with this is where I was like I liked it. It was good. The only problem is it was so physically strenuous that like I was hurting. Like it was
Yeah.
more of a recent thing, but it did make me realize, I'm not making a lot of money doing this. I love the hours, but there's hardly any to them. So, I have a lot of freedom, but not making a lot of money doing it. And also, I'm hurting myself. And it was just like it's time. Like I have to think about I have to think a little bit about my future, and I have to think about, not killing myself, not hurting
Hmm.
myself.
Yeah.
It was just one of those things where it's like, as much as I love this and as much as I love hanging out with people, because I really do. That was one of the hardest things to give up, and even to today, it's just one of those things where I think about it, and it's like, man, there some days I'll just have like this moment of depression where it's just like I feel like an outsider. Even
Hmm.
though a lot of the people have been quite welcoming, it's just like it's like when you leave your friends behind. It's just like you're moving on, and it's like
Yeah.
there's those moments of depression where it's just like it's not the same. But all that said, I am making a lot more money, and I am working a lot less, and the benefits are definitely outweighing anything else to it. The pros are outweighing the cons, so it's definitely worth it. It's just there are things that suck about it, but they're very minor in comparison to the large scale things. The only thing that really hurts is pride.
Hmm.
Like that's the one thing that sucks the worst. It's just I used to be so good where I was, and that meant a lot just because it's so physically strenuous that being able to actually do a lot there is just like it's like yeah, you really pull your weight around. I think that's what people really liked about. That's
Hmm.
what people really saw with me like up there, and it's just like I can't do that anymore. That's the worst part. I hurt myself if I do that.
Yeah, no. You got to make a move for your future. It's true.
Yeah. But that said, that's
You've
my job.
inspired me to make a move for my future, except I don't really know what that move is.
Well, I must say this, Chaz. You're definitely worth a lot. You're a hard worker, even if you might not see that. But I know it, just because, I mean, you're working two jobs. You're putting in a lot of hours at both of those jobs, even if it's like only like for so many days.
Yeah.
That's still like all together. It's very accumulative. Accumulative. It adds up. You're drained. I'm not gonna lie.
Uh,
Like I can tell you're drained.
I'm very drained.
And so it's like you definitely deserve a break. You deserve a good job that's gonna pay you decently, enough to do what you want to do. Hell, you deserve a great job.
I don't know what job that'll be, but
You'll find it.
hopefully I find out this year.
That would
Not
be
this year.
great.
Well, I don't know about this year. This year's already almost halfway over, isn't it?
Yeah, time flies.
Oh man. Oh
But for
man.
what it's worth, there are certain things that I hope time does fly. Because let me tell you, I was talking with Chaz earlier. Because of my promotion and because I am making considerably more money.
Yes.
I was telling Chaz, there's a possibility I may go visit him next year.
It would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, granted, I still have to say it, but I feel like that's not going to be a huge issue in comparison to a lot of things,
And
especially once Christmas comes. Oh man, my job's going to be just as busy, but the thing is, I'm going to be I, I'll probably be working hard, not as hard as where I was, but hard enough, and also I'll be getting like insane hours to the point where it's like I'm gonna get paid. I'm gonna get paid large stacks.
you're gonna be named you're gonna be named Daddy Warbucks.
I wish, but it's definitely gonna be like here comes the money.
Here comes the money.
The word
Uh
of the day is money.
I money is I don't know. I'm fine with how I'm working, but I can't live any more high life than I am right now.
Right, and I
I guess
mean,
if that makes
for
sense.
no, it does. I mean, it took me a while to assemble my PC, to be quite frank with you. A lot of that was simply because I had to save up for parts and
Yeah.
buy them when I had enough to buy them. Simply because I only made a certain amount each paycheck. So it was definitely like time was on my side, but god, it took a while to get this thing assembled. Like I don't think it's been quite 2 years, but it's been over like a year and a half trying to get this
Mhm.
thing like all saved up and built. Just because you got all your personal stuff to attend to, you got other responsibilities that you gotta do.
I'm going to become a mailman.
I can see it.
It's what my grandpa was.
I mean, it's good money.
I was close. I was actually close to becoming a mailman. That was one of the few jobs that I actually got an interview for.
Oh man,
I just didn't get the job because
but
they wanted, I forget what they wanted, and I didn't have it.
oh, could you reapply?
I guess I could try again. It's been a while.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it couldn't hurt, right?
Yeah.
Because maybe that's the thing. Sometimes you might not get it on the first
I
try, but
was younger when I applied for this. Now I'm a lot older.
yeah, you're more mature. You've seen shit, Chaz. But all that said, I believe in you, buddy. No, you're gonna make it happen. You're gonna live like some crazy life. It's one of those things where I feel like some of us are just incubating. Like we're all caterpillars, and we're all just like waiting until we become beautiful butterflies. And the problem is, uh, that time is never certain.
Yes.
And I
I
mean,
want to look like Heimlich when I become a butterfly.
no, no, no. Like, what is? Oh man, there's actually a certain type of caterpillar. I think it lives in Alaska or some colder climate.
Oh.
Uh, but the thing about this caterpillar is it hibernates. I think it takes like 7 years for it to actually turn into a butterfly. So aside from me typing it loudly into the microphone, just bear with me. Oh man, okay. I think I found it. I believe it's the Arctic woolly bear moth.
Arctic woolly bear moth. I gotta look a
Yeah,
picture of this.
yeah. Oh, it looks like a fuzzy little I don't really know what's like
Oh.
a chestnut or something.
Oh my god. I love these things.
Yeah. Um.
I think I've seen
Oh,
these
I
before.
take it back. It's not 7 years. Okay, its full caterpillar life cycle may extend up to 15 years, and 4
Jeez.
years may elapse between molts. So basically, it spends a large amount of its time in its larval stage, just because the thing about it is it lives in such a cold climate where food is only available for a certain amount of time, and so
Yeah.
when it has to hibernate a lot, and that's why it lives for a long time, just because food is only food is kind of scarce if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it still finds like what it needs to and it eats obviously, but um, yeah, it just keeps like sleeping for large periods of time, and then eventually like it'll finally decide to go into its cocoon and hatch. But that's what I'm talking about. For us people, sometimes we don't exactly like wrap ourselves into our cocoon and emerge until much later in life. It always varies from person to person. Some people are like right on it. It takes it takes maybe a couple years, but they're already like where they want to be. Some people, it takes a little bit longer just because they got to be more patient, but they find that dream job because they have to go to large amounts of schooling in order to get it. Then you get other people that are kind of like us where it takes a while, but eventually we get there. But my point is, caterpillars, they're I don't know, they'll surprise you. Oh no, Chaz.
Yeah.
Oh, he is here. I was like, Chaz, you've fallen extremely quiet.
I am. I'm going to my cocoon stage.
Mm. I wonder what you'll emerge as
I hope
with.
nobody eats my cocoon.
Nah. I don't know. For some reason, I just don't find cocoons like something that predators prey upon.
Yeah, I've always wondered that. Does something like eat cocoons?
I don't think so because for the most part, it just
They just leave it alone.
I think they just leave it alone, just because it's usually just a shelling. You know, it's just like a casing for what resides inside.
Hmm.
Oddly enough, caterpillars kind of turn into a massive goop, like when they're
When
like
they're,
metamorphosizing.
I want to become massive goop.
Like it's bizarrely just weird. There's actually videos of people like scientific videos, as weird as that sounds, of showing what happens to
I would
caterpillars
actually,
inside
I'd like to
cocoons.
see that.
They just liquefy into this goop because
And
their
then
whole
they come out
genetics.
as a butterfly.
Yeah, because like their whole genetic code is being rewritten. That's like the whole thing to it.
It's pretty cool, actually.
It is like they just turn into like this protein soupy goop, and then like their whole body gets rearranged into what it needs to be.
Wonder if I'm a caterpillar.
I mean, that was
I should go apply to Caterpillar.
be a construction worker.
Yeah.
I like their boots. They're expensive though.
Do I have them? No, I have what Stanley boot.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I have. Stanley, not Caterpillar.
I don't have Caterpillar boots either.
You know,
but,
Caterpillar makes cell phones too.
you know what? I'm willing to bet it was some employee who had a cell phone. And then he was like, "The cell phone sucks. It has no durability." So either maybe like, actually, the story might have been some construction worker hired a guy, or it was like the construction worker himself like came up with a design. No, it was probably some guy who got hired, but yeah, basically they just made like a really durable like phone.
Yeah, they're really durable. They're pretty expensive though.
I believe it. Well, they have to be like that's. I'd imagine they're not touchscreen.
I can't remember the last time I actually looked at one.
I feel like they have to be flip phones because that's like the only way they'd be like durable.
I really can't remember what it
Although
looked like.
that said, you know, I guess anything's possible, right?
Yeah, no,
Maybe they
mean,
use like that really durable glass for the casing.
it's probably like bulletproof
Fiberglass?
glass or something like
Yeah.
that.
Was it like fiberglass?
Something like that.
Is that even a possibility? Like, that's legitimately something that I'm curious. Like, can you use fiberglass as like like a screen for like an Android phone? Is that even like what you'd want for like a screen? Because I'd imagine fiberglass is not like capable of being touchscreen, but I don't know the inside workings of how to do components for like a cell phone. This is why I'm not an engineer or a person who designs cell phones.
Me too. I can cut meat though.
That's important. Now, can you make it a little bit smaller? Make it a little bit
sure. Yeah.
Now, just a little bit thinner.
I can make it as thin as you want it.
I need it paper thin.
Somebody asked me to do that yesterday. He said, make it paper thin.
I gotta wonder, is it because...
He said, I want to be able to read my newspaper through it. That's specifically what he told me. I said, okay.
I have to wonder why people want it so thin.
I want to know why they want it in pieces. People just say, oh yeah, just make it in bits and pieces.
I mean, the only way I can think of that is maybe for a stew.
No, they like to put it in their sandwich that way.
I guess they like chunks of meat for like their meat in the sandwich instead of like slices. But I'd like to I'd like to believe that slices are a lot more convenient.
They're a lot easier to slice, I'll tell you that.
I mean, I'm a man. I like large slabs of meat.
Good, you're one of my favorite customers then.
I don't understand why people are like trying to make it thin. Is it just because they're in awe of you're like
this
cutting?
Is what they think. They think they're getting more when you do it thin.
No,
but really, a pound's a pound.
Yeah.
You might be getting more slices, but you're going to be putting more of those slices on your sandwich to, fill you up.
It's like that riddle, the one which weighs more, a pound of bricks or a pound of feathers?
Yeah,
It's like, at the end of the day, it's both the same.
exactly.
The only way I can really see this making a huge difference is if you liquefy it, because it goes straight into the bloodstream.
Yeah.
Or rather, a lot of it goes more into the bloodstream, which, isn't always the best. Okay, I like smoothies as much as the next person, but sometimes I gotta eat my fruit whole and not liquefy it. One's gonna make you more full, the other one's just gonna get absorbed and then pass right through you.
I don't know what these people want, and what they want is what they want, and I do
The
it.
customer is always right.
I'll complain about it, and I'll complain about it to their face, but they'll
The
get it, and they'll be
customer
like,
is
wow,
always right.
this is done really well. You just complained about it for the last half hour.
You don't understand, Chaz. The customer is always right.
They are.
I don't know what this accent is that I'm doing, but the customer is always right.
It's kind of almost Germanish. Almost.
Guten Tag.
I mean, it sounds like to me it was sounding like you were trying to do Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's Austrian, if I'm not mistaken.
Austria, and Germany, very close neighbors.
Yeah, it's like this one person who I work with. He's Czechoslovakian, but a lot of people confuse him for Russian.
Yeah, I know a few Czech guys.
Yeah. I had a falling out with that guy. He used to be a really cool guy, and then we had like this huge dispute, and now we don't talk to each other.
That's almost my country of origin, Czechoslovakia.
Like, there's nothing wrong with him. He just did something to really upset me, and I just never wanted to talk to him again.
That's fair. I'm gonna go to Slovakia.
Slovakia?
Not Czech Republic.
Do you think... I have a random thought.
Uh-huh.
Do you think anybody has the intention to go to some foreign country, like, maybe learn the language or something, but just go to a random country, like not even like they planned this, just the intent to go to some random country and just like find someone to marry? I feel like they do. Like they
somebody might.
I feel like this is a story that someone just like one random day he just wakes up and he's like, I'm gonna buy a plane ticket. I'm buy a plane ticket to go to Czechoslovakia. I'm gonna go find me a wife.
That guy's gonna be in for a rude awakening when he finds out that they're two different countries now.
Well, my point is, like, it's like, I'm going to France. I'm gonna go find me a wife. I studied France for like 5 years, but today I want to go to France and find me a wife. I got my passport and everything.
I hope it works out for this guy.
Like, I'm just saying, do you think anyone just has like this weird insight to just go do that? Because I'm almost certain there's a story that exists on the internet.
Somebody might.
I'm almost certain there has to be a story about someone who just was like, I'm gonna do this, but that said, it's like, is this a common thing, or is this just like someone had the weirdest insight to just do this one day? And then, of course, the question next is, did it work out? Which, I'm willing to bet it probably did for someone, but...
Wait, there was a show that was on, I guess it was on TLC or something like that, one of those channels. Like, what they did was they had a pool of people, and they matched them up. It was called 30-Day Fiance or something like that.
It's like speed dating.
Yeah, exactly, except you get married. You have to get married in 30 days. And these people were often from different countries.
I don't know how I feel about that.
One guy, he matched with a girl in Haiti. And he straight out moved to Haiti to see if this 30-day thing would work with the girl.
I have to make one confession about all this.
Yes.
Actually, not a confession, just one curiosity. Did it work out for any of them?
I think some of them it worked out for, but a lot of them did not work out.
I'd imagine so, just because that's not enough time to be like, I want to spend the rest of my life
Well,
together.
the thing was, when you applied for the show or whatever, it was like you took this like, you know, extensive dating profile quiz thing,
Okay, you
and
gotta
they
have the
matched you.
qualifications, right?
Yeah, they matched you with people who were like perfect with you.
See,
So
that
that
just
was the
doesn't work.
idea. That's why I mean, obviously it doesn't, because a lot of these people didn't work out.
I mean, you can try to be as honest as you want on a piece of paper. I ain't gonna say that you can't, but the problem is, people lie. People do some weird stuff. Like, and
Yeah,
if you have indecisive people such as myself, they're gonna be like, "Well, I think I'm an A, but I also qualify for a B." Now that I look at C, that also applies, and it's like you're not gonna know which one to check just because at that moment you're gonna be like, any three of these actually could fit me just perfectly fine.
yeah,
And I gotta be honest, that's the worst part. You're gonna have people that will have this one question that they're just gonna get hung up on, and they're gonna be like, I don't know which one I should check. When deep down, the real intent of it is like one of these is probably better suited to you. I don't have the insight to know this kind of shit.
right.
But when it comes to dating and stuff, I don't know. I'm starting to realize that I'm the type of person that's probably better off just kind of being myself, like just being a friend rather than actually in a relationship. Not too crazy about the person that I turn into whenever I'm in a relationship.
If that's how you feel, that's how you feel, man.
Well, the past three relationships that I've been in kind of showed a little bit of that.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think I get too hung up on the whole entire thing, and so it's just easier if it's like, I'm your best buddy.
You're gonna
Let's be
be
friends.
you're gonna be goofy.
Oh,
Gosh.
yucky. Gosh, Mickey.
Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah.
Hello, Mucky.
Oh, mucky.
What are you doing?
Oh man, I've been watching his other videos.
Sir Paleo makes some pretty awesome videos. I'm not gonna lie. Like, so,
I gotta say,
people have to.
like, I
Oh,
wasn't
you
really
first.
into those animators and stuff, but I really connected with his stuff. I think it's hilarious.
One, it's random. Two, it's very simple.
Yes.
So like he'll add as much detail that needs to be, but not really any more than that.
Hmm.
Secondly, it's really random, but I like random humor.
Me too. I get. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, I do like loud noises to a certain extent. The way that he does it is just, it's perfect.
I mean, of course we like random. We've been following random stuff since YouTube poops were a thing.
We've, I think that's why we're such good friends. Well, better friends than we would have been, just because we get the type of humor that the other
YouTube poop.
links.
I was watching my favorite YouTube poop the other day. Sonic says weird things or something like that.
Was it Red Sonic says bad things?
Not that
Oh,
one,
okay.
but that one's also really good. No, it's like he just says first you say conkers, then you say, "Oh my word, this tune is annoying."
that's that's excellent. I love
That's
it.
one of my favorite ones.
One of my favorite ones is okay, it's Aladdin commits suicide.
I think I've seen this one.
That one's really good just because there's no lead up and then it just happens at the end. But It's just as random as it is, too. And I'm willing to bet, like, if you really looked into it, sure, you could probably find a whole story within it, but it's a YouTube poop, so why even bother?
Yeah, it's not there for the story. It's there for the randomness.
Yeah. Another one that I really like is Stu contemplates suicide at 4 a.m.
Oh yeah, when he's making the pudding.
Yeah, it's like, and his wife's just like, Stu, why are you making chocolate pudding?
Because Angelica wants chocolate pudding.
Stu, make chocolate pudding. Chocolate pudding runs my life. Ugh. Oh man. Okay. I have something random and I'm gonna show it on screen, but I'm gonna show you first just because it's important. And fortunately, because I have the app on my phone, I can actually link this to you via Discord. Unless I already did that, which I might have. Oh, I did.
Monster?
No. It's that image of Moki Mouse.
Oh, where his face.
Okay, I'm gonna show it on screen now, and that's gonna be that's gonna be. Actually, no, I can't. That's like not my image, but I'll come up with like something for the thumbnail. But Chaz, that is an image I'm showing to the viewers. That makes me smile.
The problem is nobody understands it when I reference these things.
I do.
I go, well, you do, but if I go to somebody else and they go, "Hello, Mucky," they have no idea what I'm talking about.
That's because you gotta link a video so that they understand.
Yeah.
It's like me. I indoctrinated one of my friends to it this week.
Did you watch all Mucky shows?
No, actually, what I did is okay. So, much like how we were talking about work earlier, this whole entire part, I actually have another friend that I go hiking with, and I was talking about work with them, and much like my job, it gets hot where they work because they work at a fast food joint.
Oh.
So they're in the kitchen. They're with the stoves. Stoves are cooking pizza.
I want some pizza right now.
Oh, it's good. I got a story about pizza. I'm upset. You see, I got one of those store-bought pizzas, one of the frozen ones, because I was like, I'm gonna eat this. And my grandparents wanted me to get one, so I got two. So I technically have one, but the point was, they were gonna reimburse me, but I was like, no, that's okay. Just give me like a slice tomorrow. And lo and behold, they ate it all. I went downstairs, I was like, oh, you cooked the pizza, and I was going to get myself a slice, but there was no slices. It was gone.
Oh, man.
I know it's a first world problem, but it's like, oh, I just wanted one slice. Which, naturally, I was going to be like, I want another slice, but, one slice would have been nice. So no pizza for Gildem until I just decide to cave in and go order myself a pizza. So I had pizza. I just had to go order it. Still, that was like a good 40-minute chunk, which is slightly inconvenient, but I'm an American, man. I need my food now, Fat boy needs to eat. That's all I'm saying. Definitely, like, I'm having one of those days where it's like, life sucks, but it's not like a bad day, it's just inconvenient.
Yeah.
But, if I had to say anything was good about today, it's definitely talking with you, my friend.
Yes.
But
today was a good day for me, too.
Yeah. Anyways, I was making a point. That point was I indoctrinated my friend into the Moki show. So, we were talking about how hot our jobs get, and I decided...
Did you reference this summer video?
Yes, I did. It was so perfect. So, I referenced that one, and they've been watching Sir Paleo, Senor Paleo.
It's really hot inside of my house.
Ah, yeah,
I watched that one too.
that was good. Did you
Recently.
just shot at me? Did you just shot at me?
He shot the sun with a shotgun. I mean, that sounds like the summer heat. That's what it makes you want to do. Is shoot the sun.
I like, sorry. I like when he's like, goes to the ice cream man, and he's like, please ice cream man, give me ice cream, and he's like, no problem, my boy. I can give you this, and then the sun just touches the ice cream truck,
Smacks him
and he's
and
like,
melts.
I'm melting, monkey.
Help me!
It's so, it's just so random. I love it. I love random humor.
It's great.
Anyone who wants to link me anything random, hit me up. Like, I have a Twitter or something, links in the description, but just I'm all down for the most randomest shit anyone wants to post. I love that shit.
You know what you would like by him?
There's a lot.
It's an older series he did. I wish he'd bring it back because it's great.
Is it the
It's
Mario
called
series?
no, that one's great too, but no, this one it's called blank is ... Like he takes like random people and he makes this whole really random story with them. Like one of them is like Arnold Schwarzenegger is a pharaoh.
It sounds like Yu-Gi-Oh, except much more manlier.
Like Barack Obama is the Rock Obama or something stupid like that.
Barack Obama.
Yeah.
He should do one for Donald Trump if he ever does bring it back.
He did Michael Jackson is, and I mean this was like a few years back. It's like, dated celebrities now.
Yeah.
Donald Trump would definitely follow in this trend.
I mean, Donald Trump was still a celebrity, like, all the way back, but yeah. I totally understand.
More in the limelight, I guess I should say.
Yeah, back in the day.
I think he has like Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
Now
Dr.
listen
Phil.
here. It's not about how many birds are on the fence or how many apples are in the pie. You need help.
Dr. Phil.
I'm serious now. I don't do impressions, okay?
You think Dr. Phil puts Dr. Scholl's in his shoes?
I'd imagine if he needed it, he probably does. I'd imagine Dr. Phil does a lot of things that are either, like, to help people or, I don't know. Honestly, I don't really know what to think of Dr. Phil other than, like, I feel like he's an alright guy, but he can get really annoying.
Is he still on television?
I've seen him on television.
Okay, so he's still on. I don't know because I don't have TV anymore.
I have internet.
I only have internet. That's all I have. I don't have cable or anything.
Oh, okay. So the other day, I don't know if this is just a common thing or if this is like something that is unique or what have you, but so my TV, for whatever reason, has this app called TV Plus.
TV Plus.
And it's basically a bunch of like free stuff, or at the very least, I haven't gotten billed for it, so I can only assume it's free. Like, it's not asking for my account information, so I'd imagine it has to be free.
Yeah.
But basically, it has like a lot of independent shows and stuff like that, and sort of not.
Oh.
But just to go into it, it's like it's got these weird channels. One of them is like just anime.
That's pretty cool.
But it acts pretty much just like cable, if that makes sense.
Right.
It's like independent cable. I can't really describe it outside that.
TV Plus.
Yeah. It's like one of those apps that has actual legit channels and TV, like cable. Like cable, but it's not cable.
Uh,
I think it also has ads, but my point is, like, I'm watching anime and other sorts of jazz, and it's like weird. It's like my TV actually is the TV without actually having cable.
Yeah. I'm reading about TV Plus,
Oh, okay.
and it's kind of boring, this whole thing.
I'm not
But it
gonna
doesn't
lie.
say
A
you have to
lot.
pay for it.
Yeah, I don't. It just showed
It
up on
says
my.
it's a free digital entertainment service.
So there you go. I have a free digital entertain. See, I got Netflix. I got Hulu. My friend actually convinced me to go get Hulu just because, uh, they have King of the Hill on there.
That's actually almost worth just buying Hulu straight up because
Yeah,
King of the Hill's on
I
there.
mean, it was that, and also the fact that it's like $6 a month. But that's also with
Yeah.
ads, so be aware.
Oh yeah, I forgot they had the two services.
I mean, you get the one without ads, and that's like, I think the same price as Netflix. But I already have Netflix, so I was like,
Right.
I don't mind a couple ads.
I
So,
I don't I don't have that.
but my point
I have
is, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I only have a music subscription service. That's it.
Oh, I don't have that. But then again, I don't have a need to like download a lot of music.
I don't download it. It's just streaming.
Oh,
I can download it.
well, there you go.
I think. I don't know. I've never tried it. I don't
See, I
need.
got
I
the
don't want.
Amazon option. You know, they got that Amazon Prime music thing,
Oh right, yeah.
but you got to pay an additional fee. See, here's the only thing I have to complain about Amazon, as weird
Huh.
as this is, because I like Amazon. Like, I have no issue with Amazon, but the the main issue I have, and I suppose there is one thing that they do make it up with. I just wish they would do more with it. So if you have a Prime account,
Yeah.
you pay an annual fee, which means
Yes.
you pay a fee once a year. And I'm fine with that. I have no issue with that whatsoever. I like the benefits that you get with an Amazon Prime account. So I continue to have an Amazon Prime account. Like, I'm satisfied with that. And you get some shows for free, and so, it almost feels like it's worth it.
Okay.
Granted, your worth is up to you. I say it's worth it, but some people might say that's not worth it at all. So you get discounts on things, and you get shows and what have you. That's the benefit of having an Amazon Prime account. Now, there's other services that Amazon has.
Like fresh.
They got Fresh. They got the, was it? They got the book service, the Audible.
Okay. Audible. Yeah.
They got
That every
the.
single YouTuber promotes.
They were promoting it. They don't right now. I think that was like a few years back they were doing that.
Yeah.
So they have Audible. They got shows that you like, much like Hulu. They got, like, I think, package plans where you can buy subscriptions to, like, HBO
Hmm.
and I'm trying to think what else. I think Cinemax.
Oh.
Yeah, so you have those options. Like, they have plan deals where you can actually pay a monthly subscription to get those. They're a little more, they're a little pricey, but not really too much more than like a Netflix subscription.
Hmm.
So not super pricey, but it's monthly. So take of that what you will.
Hmm.
Let's see. They got the delivery service, which I can understand more along the lines of that. They got the HelloFresh, which you mentioned. They got what's it called? They got the music service that I brought up.
Yes.
And so they got stuff like that. But my issue with it is, and I know they're not going to change it simply because it's already in play. Why would they? You gotta pay like a subscription fee for a lot of these services.
Hmm. In
So that
addition to
means,
your.
yeah, that means in addition to what you're already paying, you gotta pay an additional fee in order to get it.
Mm,
So you want the music, you like your music, you want more music, you gotta pay a subscription fee. You want the HelloFresh. Well, not only do you gotta pay for your groceries, you also gotta pay a subscription fee.
so it's like double jeopardy.
Yeah. You want your well, I can understand the food delivery. I think that's just normal. Well, aside from maybe the delivery fee.
Yeah.
I understand you got to pay the restaurant, but the delivery fee, I mean, it's like
Oh, so it's like DoorDash, not groceries.
yeah, or like Uber Eats or something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Audible, it's like you got to pay a subscription fee and it's like come on, man, I already paid my
I'm
annual
paying
fee.
double.
Do I need to pay like all these other fees in addition to this? Because apparently I do. So I don't use them. And I know they offer you like a free trial, but here's the thing.
You gotta have your information and.
Well, no, it's just like so you know how back in the day they were like you got dealers or you got people who are like have a cigarette. It's on the
Yeah.
house. And so you try one and it's like I kind of like this. Yeah, well, if you want some more, you gotta cough up some money. It's like that's what a free trial really is. It's to get you indoctrinated so that you're like, I like this. And then all of a sudden it's like I'm paying $50 a month for all my subscription fees.
Hmm.
See, I like money. Not like it's not everything to me. I understand that, you got like the cost of living, but at the same time I like entertainment, but I don't like it where that's like my whole entire life. Unless of course, that was my job, in which case then hell yeah. I like gardening.
Oh, I have. I never told you, but we have tomato plants right
Mm.
now. Here.
You know what
I
kind?
got. Yeah. Rucker heirloom.
Mm. I actually don't know what Rucker heirloom. Well, Ruckers are. Heirlooms usually just like I don't know, style or something.
Yeah.
It's like burpees. That's what they do. Let's see.
And I got a few tomatoes out of it. We'll
I'm
just
looking up Rucker tomatoes.
see if I can find a picture of it for you.
Oh, they have a little color to them. They got an interesting shape too.
Yes, they do have a very interesting shape.
They got a couple. What are those like?
They're kind of lumpy looking
Yeah.
almost.
I'm not doing Ruckers. I'm doing Romas.
Roma's cool.
Those are the kind of stuff that you get. You get your sauces with. I mean, you can do
Yes.
that with any tomato for the most part, if I remember correctly. Like, you can even do that with enough cherry tomatoes. It's not a huge
Yeah.
issue whatsoever. I'm not trying to say, if you had a beefsteak, you can't make sauce out of that, because you totally can. It's just, I think the reason Romas are kind of like more in that category is because they have a stronger flavor for
Hmm.
cooking, and that's why people use Romas for those sort of situations. But as far as I'm aware, what have you done with Ruckers? What have you done with your Rucker tomatoes?
I mean, they're still ripening.
Mm.
Right now, they're kind of green.
I have not gone to any Roma tomatoes, but that's simply because I was trimming them and like kind
Uh-huh.
of kind of letting them grow before I decided to let them start flowering.
Yes.
Right now, I actually have flowers, so for the most part, it's just waiting for them to actually start producing fruit. I know it's a little later into the year, but I'm fine with by August September I start getting pizza because I'm
I
gonna get
only
like a huge
wanted.
harvest.
I bought Rutgers because that's like the college one of the bigger colleges in this area. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was like, I'll buy this because
That's iconic.
it's New Jersey.
Yeah.
Hooray, Rutgers.
uh, yeah, I got no issue with that whatsoever.
And that was what the place was selling. I was like, all right, I'll take these.
Let's see, what else
I
is
had
there?
no idea if that's their origin. It was named by Rutgers University, but
Nah, but it's a cool name.
yeah.
I have a question.
Yes,
Why'd you send me a picture of Bert without his nose?
because I thought you would like it.
I do like it. I was just really confused. I was like, what? What? I like how his eyebrow has a little bit of a like a tilt or like a little bit
Yeah.
of an indent. Like
He's
just
kind of like, why is my
inquisitive.
nose missing?
What have
And
you
guess
done with my
what?
nose?
Guess what? Rutgers tomatoes are named after a person who was studying tomato variety at Rutgers University.
Hey.
That's where it got its name. So I was mostly right.
Yeah, you were. You had the right idea. You just weren't quite sure on the mystery.
Except Rutgers is not really close to where I live. But it is one of the bigger universities that, I mean, I guess technically is part of this area.
Yeah.
Technically.
Man, oh man. Well, I hate to say it, but I have to go to the bathroom, and I know this is basically the duration of the part.
Yes.
And I want to wrap it up, but I also want to think about what the thumbnail will be. We have a couple options. So option
got-
one, I can use this photo of Bert.
You
Which
could
would
use
be-
the photo of Bert.
I could use this photo of Bert. I could use a Rucker tomato.
Or, yeah.
I could I guess I could use that picture of Moki, but I don't really want to use that picture of Moki Mouse.
No. You could use a picture of Bert and the sun melting him.
You mean, nah. I feel like that would be way too much effort on my part.
Too much effort.
I feel like I'd
Okay.
have to somehow like edit in the sun, and I don't know, something
Yeah.
about it just feels like it's all gonna clash. All right, Chaz. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what.
Hank Hill.
No,
with
it's
no
not
nose.
gonna be. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be that. Man, oh man, I got an idea for a thumbnail. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I want a pizza, right?
A pizza is your thumbnail?
I want a pizza as a thumbnail. I want pepperoni pizza as a thumbnail.
Okay.
I want a pepperoni pizza, and then I want a table on the pepperoni pizza.
You're gonna put a table on the pepperoni pizza.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
The
it'll
little
be-
white table that they put on
No,
top,
like
in the
an
middle?
actual dining table, like high class
Oh.
mahogany. Why is mahogany such a expensive wood and like it's desirable for a sign of wealth?
It's a really nice looking wood, if I'm honest, man. I love the dark, like, tone of mahogany.
I
It's
know
great.
it's just like if people have a mahogany table or a desk, they brag about it because
Yeah.
they're wealthy.
My girlfriend has a mahogany desk.
I would not brag if I had a mahogany desk.
She
I don't even
has
know
a
if I would
mahogany.
use a mahogany. I don't even know if I would use mahogany. I'd
I
probably
like
just get like a
mahogany town.
I would probably just get a basic pine table. And you know what? I like Mahogany
is-
Town too. It has one of my favorite places.
The Burn Tower? Or no. Is that what it's called?
No.
Yeah.
Wait, that's not Mahogany
No, that's
Town.
that's Eurotech, isn't
That's
it?
what I thought. Mahogany Town is like it has a 7th gym price. Ice.
Right.
Gym leader.
All right. Oops, I've got my gyms mixed up.
Yeah. I
Lake of Rage.
yeah, which I love. I love Lake of Rage. You get that rocket section, which leads up to the main rocket section. God, if there was only one complaint I had about Gold and Silver, Pokemon Gold
Hmm.
and Silver, it's the fact that it like it has a really good build up and it has a really good epic scene, but then it just kind of ends and it's like I wanted more. I wanted more. Like honestly, Team Rocket is a cool villain team. You know, they're the Pokemon Mafia, if I have to be quite frank.
It's kind of true.
And when they had like a revival, I thought that was a really cool idea for how they had that happen. It's like 2 years after Team Rocket disbanded, all the grunts and everything decided to come back and make like a new Team Rocket,
Yeah.
and it was like it was really good. They took over the radio tower. That was great. I wish there was more to it.
Yeah.
In fact, like if you play the remakes, they have like the four admins that have a huge bearing. Like they have this huge presence. It's like it's almost could be their own elite force. Like man, they should have like this massive conclusion to it. But I know it's a kids game, so they can only do so much, and that whole thing has passed, so it'll never happen. But I
Yeah.
wanted something more out of it. I want Archer to come back in a big way. I think that was the leader of the new Team Rocket thing.
Yeah.
I want more, man. I didn't get more, but I wanted more.
You want it all, and then you want it now.
Yeah. Give me my thumbnail of a pepperoni pizza with a table. Reminds me of my childhood.
Delicious.
Pizza.
Delicious.